Hello everyone, my name is WowShane, and welcome back to Your Favorite Game, the show where we talk about your favorite game. Today's video is on Fallout New Vegas. Our guest today has chosen not to appear on Facecam and will be represented by this picture instead. Today's guest is a personal friend of mine, my friend Dark. Dark, why don't you tell the people about your favorite game?
Okay, well, as I'm sure that you can tell from the video picture, my favorite game is Fallout New Vegas. I've been playing it for years now, and I guess it kind of fits, seeing as how it's jokingly a trans femme's favorite game. The gunplay in it isn't the best, but this sort of game isn't one that you normally play for guns, if that makes sense. It is a post-apocalyptic FPS RPG, and the role-playing elements of it are widely expanded upon from the previous game in the installment. So, yeah.
I definitely don't have too much time in Fallout New Vegas. I actually just played it recently for the first time before the show, which seems to be a recurring thing that I'm doing. But I do have some time in Fallout 4, and like maybe an hour in Fallout 3. How would you say it compares?
Comparing it to Fallout 3, it runs off of the same engine, which makes sense. Comparing it to Fallout 4 is really, really hard, because it's almost as if they're two completely separate games that only share setting, and by setting I mean it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland that's based around a 50s America style that went off into nuclear tech rather than microprocessors like we did. The overall feel of Fallout 4 versus Fallout 3, it feels like Fallout 4 went for more of a shooter approach, while New Vegas went for a lot more of the roleplay. Fallout New Vegas, I think, is the better game, because I enjoy hearing stories, I enjoy playing through something in my own way, and the story changing depending on what I do. So, Fallout 4 has the three main factions, I guess you could say, but, like, you sort of get locked into that. Meanwhile, New Vegas, early on you can go off and do whatever the fuck you want, really, because after you reach a certain part in the story, I'm trying my best to not spoil, you actually get a sort of redeem yourself moment when all of the major factions in the game go back to neutral. You certainly can explore more with each faction, unlike Fallout 4. And then Fallout 3 was more streamlined. But Fallout New Vegas has more of the, well, I can do this, 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 or this, and each one gives you a completely different scenario.
So tell me how you prefer to play Fallout New Vegas. Do you speedrun, casual, challenge runs? Do they even have randomizers for this? I'm not entirely sure. How do you play the game?
So I will do like a casual challenge where I'm not going to deter myself from breaking the challenge beyond just the fact of, well, I broke the challenge. But my challenge runs usually restrict me to like one type of gun. Like, I can only use energy weapons or energy rifles, or I can only use pistols or revolvers and cowboy things. So when it comes down to stuff like that, it makes it a bit more fun to grab into the roleplay aspect because you're crafting your character around the challenge, which is I'm becoming more refined with these weapons. My favorite one that I've done is a sledgehammer run, and I literally would just run around slamming people in the face with a super sledge, a sledgehammer, and that's really the extent of those weapons in these games, or in this game specifically, because in 4 you can evolve upon it and weapon modding. For Fallout New Vegas, it was really fun just trying to keep up with maintaining and trying to work through the little issues that you can find restricting yourself to a melee-only build.
What about Fallout New Vegas keeps bringing you back? What makes it your favorite game?
I would have to say it's the story. The story of the game is very detailed, beyond that of Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, where Fallout 4, you have this sort of follow these plot points, but don't if you don't want to. Fallout New Vegas, the opening cutscene to it is literally the player character getting shot in the f***ing head. This already opened up so many avenues. And the first thing that really sparked for me was, I want to find this dude and kill him. Because at the start, the game is based around finding the person who shot you and getting revenge. Later on, you find more and more things that tie into it, but even the lesser characters have story to tell. The part that really brings me back is just all of the lore and the story that ties into it, because it is really, really amazing. Especially seeing as how Obsidian only had, I think, a year to make Fallout New Vegas. It's amazing how well they made a tight-knit story to complete the game. I know that a lot of people rag on Caravan in the game because it is really hard to understand once you start, but once you learn it, it evolves. And you get really good at it. And as of right now, there's only like 6% of people who have ever won 3 cards or 3 rounds of Caravan. And I think I did that on my second playthrough because I wanted to experience everything that the game had to offer.
What is one thing you would add to Fallout New Vegas in order to make it a more enjoyable game for yourself or a better game overall?
I would probably add the weapon modification system from Fallout 4. And while yes, it is a bit of a pain in the ass, I feel like it would help evolve Fallout New Vegas into this sort of better game. Because you're now not just showing that you know how to use the basic guns with a few modifications like a different sight. And while I definitely would not do it to the same depth that Fallout 4 had, I would still add some of that into it.
What is one thing you would remove from Fallout New Vegas?
One thing I would remove, the overall game is just so well crafted, in my opinion. However, I would have liked if Obsidian could have made the loading zones in the Strip non-existent. That was their original plan, and it would have shown a more fluid feel to the area. I'm saying this because, this is how the Strip is. They've got casinos, strippers, robots on patrol, they've got the troopers of one faction just there. Their president's headquarters is on the Strip. However, none of the troopers are allowed to carry weapons while on the Strip. And I feel like it would have made the game just that little bit better if they could have removed those loading screens.
The game is that good where the only thing you would remove is some loading screens. I love to hear that. For this next question, you can choose to either answer just one of them or both of them. What is your second favorite game, and or what game is the most comparable to Fallout New Vegas?
As of right now, my second favorite game is Cyberpunk 2077. I've been replaying it a bit I've been playing it a bit because it's been sitting in my library since about launch. I never really felt myself getting into the game, but now that I'm playing it again, having a break from story-driven games, I've been playing more so games that aren't really story-heavy because I have them and I just wanted to get them gone through, and now that I'm taking a step back into it, having that fresh slate of story, I'm really enjoying the story behind it. And while it's nowhere near as good as New Vegas, it's still a really good game. The gunplay is a lot more dynamic, and you get the feel for it a little bit better. But a game that I would compare Fallout New Vegas to would be either Fallout 1 or 2. Because those are the games that took place beforehand, and I'm not talking about gameplay. I'm talking about the story. Because Obsidian was made from the people who had once strong head pushed for Fallout, Black Isle Studios. Once Black Isle Studios had dipped out, they had created Obsidian, some of the members had, and so the story of the game you can sort of see as it ties in to Fallout 1 and 2.
So, a lot of people are probably going to hate me for this. And this is probably going to be my first negative input for the show. I went into Fallout New Vegas expecting this crazy different game. Because everyone who loves Fallout New Vegas loves it more than any other Fallout game. I know Fallout 4 has its problems. I know Fallout 76 had 1,000 more than that. But I expected Fallout New Vegas to be this revolutionary take on the Fallout universe and everything. But that's on me. That is completely on me for over expecting, I guess would be my words. Like, not knowing what I was getting myself into. I put probably with Fallout the most amount of time into Fallout 4. And while I enjoyed my time there, it was very dull. When I played Fallout 4, it was on release, and there was a duplication bug where you could get infinite ammo. And so I did that because I was always worried about running out of ammo. And when they patched it, I was like, okay, how am I going to get ammo? I'm sitting there with hundreds upon hundreds of bullets, and I refused to use any of them because I was going to eventually run out and not be able to get more. And that kind of just ruined my experience for me, and I stopped playing. I don't know. That's on me again. But booting up Fallout New Vegas, you don't start in a vault. That's very different for the Fallout series. Hop right into this abandoned, deserted town in the nuclear wasteland, and you get to your quests. You're free to explore. You're free to do what you gotta do. It's an open world game. Go anywhere, do anything. I just see it as another Fallout game, and to plenty of people, that's a massive selling point. But to me, that's just a disappointment. And I'm sorry if that hurts or offends anyone. Alright, Dark, tell the wonderful people where we can find you at.
You can find me at my Twitch. I am unscheduled, but I do stream occasionally, sometimes. Twitch.tv/DarkKnightFolly, if you want to pronounce it like that. Thank you all very much for watching this video from me and Shane, because I know that he'll want to thank you for it. And I hope that if you weren't somebody who liked Fallout before, you'll think about giving it another shot.
Yes, as Dark said, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you go drop her a follow over on her Twitch. And while you're on the following mood, you can subscribe, like, comment. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.